Good day and welcome to my YouTube channel. I remain your loyal girl, Olayemi Akinola. Please follow, like, and subscribe to our page. Today we'll be talking about understanding how money works. There are factors to consider before you can grow wealth into the future. And the first one is money. The second one is time. The third one is rate of return. The fourth one is inflation. And the fifth one is tax. Yes, those five things work together to build the wealth into the future. They can work together, they can antagonize, and then they can, work in synergy. How do I mean? If you have money, you must allow time for it to grow, right? And then you cannot say you have, let's say, for instance, you have $100,000 in an account in the last 10 years and it's not growing. Then you want to claim that you still have that 100,000 in our world today. No, inflation has come in. So the value of $100,000 last 10 years will not be the same $100,000 value this year. So that is where investment comes in. That is where the question of where are you putting your money? Is it growing? Is it increasing? Is it decreasing? And that is what also determines how you grow wealth into the future. And then we talk about inflation. Currently, we talk about inflation can go as high as 3%, 6%. In fact, we have some in other client, inflation is as high as 20%, 30%. So if you have a certain amount of money 5 years ago, the same money would not buy the same, product or services at in this dispensation. So you want to also consider inflation. And the last factor is tax. You want to consider that. Let's say, for instance, you are into an investment and then IRS is telling you they're going to deduct 10% or 20%. That means you are not the owner of the old money. So you have to consider all those things before you can grow wealth into the future. And people start asking questions, where can I grow my money? So that's how it will guarantee growth, it will guarantee safety, then tax advantage vehicle. And that's why you see some people, they want to put more into their retirement plan because of the tax advantage that it also offers and all that. Some people go into Roth IRAs and all that. And also, we have other form of investment that are tax advantage, such as index annuity. We have them in life insurance and all that you can also venture into. Talking about savings, do you know that you should save at least, in the least, 10% of your income for your future? In other words, you can save up to 15%, 20%, 25%, depending on how comfortable you are. But you must save. Some people will say, okay, I will save later. That is procrastination. And it is the enemy of savings. So you have to decide. Let's say, for instance, you are saving $10 per day. That is $300 in a month. And that's $3,600 in a year. Let's say you want to save this for 30 years. In a good vehicle like 8% that promises an average of 8% per annum, you'll be having like close to $500,000 that you have saved for the future. And if you are fortunate, your investment vehicle yield in the average 10%, then you are looking at maybe 600,000 for your retirement, apart from other sources like social security, like other funds, but just your own conscious efforts in building that good future for yourself and for the family. Some people would even tell me that they have savings, and by the time you ask them what kind of account did you put your money into, they will tell you it's in the checking account. No, checking account is just for your daily, your day-to-day activities where transactions are made. They pay in your paycheck, your salary, and then you want to buy groceries, you want to pay bills and all that. That's for checking. But savings account should be well discreet, well defined. Putting your, maybe for emergency fund, maybe you are even planning for college, maybe you are doing something that, in a short term, you have a short term goal that you want to achieve. Use high yield savings account. That would help you because it also promises certain APY, that's annual percentage yield, on your money. So you just want to understand how money works. If you don't understand how money works, you just discover you're working, you're using everything, and then you can't really account for how you're building the money into the future. And then you must also learn how to buy only what you need. Don't say, oh, because there is a sales out there, you just want to buy them, you just want to. No, some people spending have become habits for them. And before you know it becomes an addiction. And by the time they are calculating their asset and all that, they cannot even say these are, investable assets. These are assets that they can easily transfer into fund or into money in a short space of time. So you have to also know the difference between what you really need, and what you want. You must define it. And then you must also make savings a habit. It helps a lot. You can automate your savings account, link it up with your checking every 2 weeks or every month. There is a certain amount that is going there. And then also make sure that your savings account is the one that will give you interest. No matter how little it is, it speaks volume. Some banks offer 4.6%, some offers 5.2, whichever one. Just make sure that the one you are comfortable with, you go with it and you are fine with it. So just find out the one that works well with you and go with it. So when we are talking about how money works, you have to consider time. How long do you want the money to grow? And then when can you start putting something into it? So you just have to, especially when you are still very young or you are in the middle age, whichever way, but know fully well that someone in his young age may want to invest in what we call all these high risk investments like stocks, bond, that will just that can go higher and all that. But also they might have a good risk tolerance. But you that you're already planning for retirement, you're already in your 40s, you're already in your 50s, you just want to be conservative, and you just want to grow the money to a minimal, just be moderate about it, so that you would not regret investing. And that's why we advocate for safe investment into the future. So all those conservative investment will not actually promise very big interest. However, they bring that peace of mind that you truly want, and then you still see the growth in your investment. Like following the rules, if you invest in an investment tool that promises average of 8%, your money doubles every 9 years. And if you are fortunate enough, it's about 10% that the investment is yielding. Your money doubles every 7.2 years. So you just want to consider your choices and all that. But of course, you must have an account or an investment that is yielding good dividends for you. And then that's how you just grow wealth into the future. Talking about rate of return, like I've already said it, rate of return, you want to consider it before you go into any investment. Inflation is a silent killer. It's inflation is just all over the places. Whatever you buy $100 in the last 1 year, you might not really buy it at $100 this year, meaning that it's just going high and high. So taxes as well being the last factor, you cannot really run away from taxes. So Benjamin Franklin said one thing, said that nothing is certain in this world except debt and taxes. So you make money, they tax you. You spend money, they tax you. You save money, they tax you. You die, they still tax you. So what are we talking about? So you can't really run away from tax in this part of the world. So you have to consider that when you are doing your investment as well. And that's why we have tax now, tax later, and tax advantage vehicle. So you want to consider those investment vehicle before you start putting your money in there. The example of tax now investment are like the checkings account, CDs account, mutual fund, money market fund, all those ones ahead. Those are tax now. And then we have the tax later, like for your 401ks, your IRAs, all those retirement planning and all that. And then we also have the tax advantage, meaning that they've already taxed the money that you want to put into the investment, like your Roth IRAs, like your 529 college savings plan, all those life insurance plan and all that. Those are tax advantage vehicle. So you just want to weigh it. Okay, do you want to be taxed before you start your investment, or do you want to be taxed after you have invested, and then you want to be withdrawing in the future. We don't know if tax is going higher. We don't know, but people project it might go higher. So you just want to weigh your options. So that is how to think when you want to grow your money into the future. I hope I've been able to help you in my own little way. Next time, till we talk about another topic of interest as regard finances, I remain your loyal girl, Olayemi Akinola. Please subscribe, like us. We love you and I love you. Have a nice day. Bye.